Call the meeting to order. Ask for a roll call.
Belsley.
Here.
Blunier.
Here.
Hare.
Here.
Lehman.
Here.
Newman. Parrott.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Here twice.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There are no public hearings tonight, and there's no presentation of special reports.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure. I doubt there's going to be public comment tonight. The consent agenda tonight is the approval of the minutes, the regular meeting December 18th, 2017, the closed session December 18th, 2017, approval of the bills. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments, questions? Call the roll.
Blunier.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Parrott.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Motion passes.
I have nothing tonight. Village clerk,
Nothing tonight, Your Honor.
village administrator.
I have one item tonight, Your Honor. It's ordinance number 17-33, which is an ordinance adopting a policy prohibiting sexual harassment for the village of Morton, Illinois. I'll let you.
Could we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Basically, this is a ordinance that is being required across the state to be passed by governmental entities. We have to pass it by January 15th, 2018. The ordinance that you see in front of you is basically was drafted by the Illinois Municipal League, and we just incorporated it in. This information will be included. I am currently working on an update of our personnel handbook. This will be included in that update and be passed out to all the employees at that time.
Julie, do you have like a separate sign-off page then in the employee handbook for something like this, where that they've, or is it a general one that I've read the employee handbook and I agree to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Generally, I was planning on doing a general one, but if Pat thinks it's more important
That I would defer to Pat on that, but
Right.
it just from, where, I know with these cases, they can also, the reporting of the incidents, you have a much longer time frame where they can go back to, and then also if you haven't documented that, your insurance might not actually be covered at that point. I mean, you know what I'm
Right.
getting to with that. So that's just something to, maybe having an additional sign-off page could be, I don't know if it's more or less protective, but might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, we have the advantage that our personnel policies have been incorporated into our code.
Okay.
And our code being published online in terms of concept of employee notice. It gives
Okay.
us a leg up on claims that the employee didn't have notice of what the policy was.
Okay.
But I'll work with Julie as we roll out the subsequent changes and what would be the best timing for doing a new acknowledgement.
And at the time that the personnel handbook's finalized, which I expect probably be in the next couple of weeks, we'll bring it back for your review and approval.
Right. And then does that get done every year then? Like, you can do addendums to it or whatever, or does the whole handbook get redone? You know what I
At
mean?
this point, we're going to redo the entire handbook
Okay.
because there are several things. What happened, I sent our handbook over to the Illinois County Risk Management Trust, our insurance, their attorneys, and they reviewed it, sent it back, all these little policies like bullying, we're supposed to have a policy for that. There's several.
Okay.
Whistleblower
Good.
policy, several things that we had to add that we don't have in there, so, and then some adjustments to what we currently had. So it's easier, more, probably simpler to just reissue the entire thing, have everybody sign off. We have had discussions with the police chief and the fire chief in the past. They didn't feel that their employees were appropriate to be receiving the employee handbook because they have their own personnel policies and procedures, but the attorneys are advising that we do that this time, so it will be going out to everyone.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we require sign-offs by everyone that they've received it, so.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, trustee Hare. That was good. Chief of police?
I got to vote.
Vote on that.
Oh, yeah, we do. Okay, call the roll.
Hare.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
Parrott.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Blunier.
Yes.
Motion passes.
I was trying to set a record here. Chief of Police and Director of Fire and Emergencies aren't here tonight. Director of Public Works.
I have one item tonight, Your Honor. In your packets is the proposal from R&R Services of Illinois, who has done our landscape waste program for the last, gosh, I think over 10 years. And this proposal is for both the spring and fall in 2018 and 2019. And the cost annually now would be $39,157.72, which is $1,000 cheaper each spring and fall, so $2,000 cheaper than previous. I believe I said that right. Than previous. So we've been working with them with some of the changes we've done at the site. Basically, those cost savings are they just have to mobilize one less time in the fall, so they're able to reduce it for the 2 years. So with that, I'd like to ask for approval.
Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I'd like to just comment, I think it's a fantastic program. I think it's, especially what they've done the last couple of years with the expanded site and the way, I mean, it flows so freely and it's good service, excellent
you.
service.
I'd
Thank
like
you.
to ask a question. In the past, you've had a few issues that surfaced. How did we do this year?
This year is fantastic. Obviously, we man it. And a lot of times I take, kind of the feedback from R&R. When they grind it up, that's when we really know. And they've said this is the best year yet. We're still getting a lot of debris going through there, so the tonnage is up there. But yeah, they said it's great. So, but I think it's something that
have
like we
to
just
keep-
talked about, Ken.
yeah.
It's just got to be manned. I wish we could have those things, but it's just not reality. Things are just going to end up in there, even unintentionally, I think, that are going to cause the cost to definitely go up and potentially risk the future of it, in my opinion. So I would like to keep going forward with us manning that. That's obviously not in here, but that's, I think, kind of understood that we would keep doing what we've been doing. Auxiliary's been a huge help on the weekends when it's really busy to assist us with that. We've only had a couple problems too with citizens that were tough for us to deal with. That's why it's nice to have the auxiliary out there on the weekends.
But your crew that you have out there is fantastic. I took a load
Thank
out
you.
myself, and I worked with Brad Marks, and he's outstanding, but I'm sure everyone else is as well, so very well managed.
Appreciate that.
If not any other comments, call the roll.
Newman.
Yes.
Parrot.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Blunier.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Planning and zoning.
Two items tonight, Your Honor. There are cases both from Tazewell County Community Development. And I actually copied a letter that we sent to Tazewell County this past April, because the first case, 18-02V and 03S, are regarding that same property, and it's at the corner of Springfield Road and Route 98. It was a former auto garage gas station type facility that they want to have a bar with 5 gaming stations in there. And I'm just going to read that one sentence. With regards to case 1711V, 1712S, the board, you could not give favorable support to the request because the Village of Morton does not allow video gaming. So if you think it's appropriate, we could make that very same response back to him, because the circumstances are the same. Nothing's changed with us anyway. And when I called Tazewell County just to kind of go over this again, I said, this is the same thing again. And they go, yeah, just a different petitioner. And I said, well, I would expect the answer is going to be the same as it was this spring, but I'll leave that for you gentlemen to decide.
So moved.
But like, it doesn't really matter, right? That's the other part of it, so they can do, right. And no, I want to keep it the same way, but our statement on that position doesn't really matter to Tazewell County, so.
It's advisory.
Yeah.
They do respect and appreciate
Yeah.
your feedback.
Yeah,
So it's not.
and they
as if
do
it's
say that, they
disregarded.
make that
Yeah.
known.
So is it okay we give the same feedback as we did before?
I do just have a question, point of clarification. The variance is that for the establishment of a tavern within 500 feet?
Right. They
then
don't
this-
have 500 feet, which
Yeah.
their ordinance requires them to have.
Right, which is that the same as ours?
Ours is different. I asked Julie this afternoon, ours was 100 feet. They might just barely make that 100 feet, from what I could gather from looking at the Tazewell County GIS map.
Right, but the gaming is 500 feet.
Yeah.
Okay with everybody, we just respond the same, have Roger respond the same? Okay.
The next case involves a property that is located north of Lakeland, kind of out by Kennel Lake area. And it's a landlocked piece of property that they want to build a home on, but it doesn't front, it has no frontage on any road, just an easement back to it. It's probably not something that they would create now, but it's there. I don't know that nothing's really gonna change, and the lot exists as it does right now. You just can't, it doesn't front a street. So, I know we wouldn't be approving something like that here, nor would, I don't think they would at this point either, but as I said, the property exists, it's just they need to build a home, they wanna build a home on that site. So,
Any comments or direction from the board on that one?
I have one comment on, and Roger, you and I spoke earlier, you know, that it's unfortunate that the property is the way it is now, but at this point, they're not, we can't go back and change it. And I don't know that it would be appropriate to punish, you know, the property owner now for what was done likely years ago, to create the landlocked condition.
So would the board have a feeling of opposing it or approving it?
I have no problem approving it, supporting it.
if I said that the village board doesn't have opposition to that, is that satisfactory to you?
Appears to me that'd be fine.
Okay,
Okay, that's it, Roger?
and that's all I have.
Any village trustees have anything to Okay, we do need closed session.
We have one closed session tonight pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C2 to discuss matters of collective negotiation between the village and its employees or their representatives.
Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
call roll.
Newman.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Belsley.
Yes.
Blunier.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.